My name is Dr. Diallo. I am a testing expert with Study.com and an academic coach at a local elementary school here in Florida, where I have over 25 years of teaching and testing experience. I am here to help you prepare for the FTCE Preschool Education Birth-Age 4 assessment with testing code 007. This problem set covers a subtopic of knowledge of issues and practices for engaging culturally diverse families and communities. Let's get started by looking at problem number 1. Which of the following includes the best practice to provide equitable treatment to students in the classroom? A. Giving students less classwork or homework if requested by the parents. B. Giving all students equal chances to be in class and learn content. C. Making sure all students are taught in the same manner. Or D. Giving some students the chance to earn extra credit. Well, let's look at the question. First of all, it's talking about best practices, and we're wanting to provide equitable treatment to all students in the classroom. So those are the keywords in the question. For choice A, giving students less homework or classwork, if requested by the parents, equitable means given to everyone for an equal chance. So this isn't the correct answer. B, giving all students equal chances to be in class and learn content. Well, all students need to be given the right to come to school and learn through classwork. This is considered fair and equitable treatment. While in some instances, certain treatment may vary based on specific needs of a student, every student in the classroom is to be given the same opportunity to be in class and learn accordingly. So this is probably going to be the correct answer. However, let's look at the other two options as well. Option C, making sure all students are taught in the same manner. Well, this is definitely not a best practice, and it doesn't equate to equitableness either. So this wouldn't be the best choice. And D, giving some students the chance to earn extra credit. Well, giving extra credit and only offering it to some is definitely not equitable and wouldn't be the best choice. Therefore, B, giving all students equal chances to be in class and learn content, is the correct answer. A teacher notices that Lara is struggling in their current math lesson. She feels that she needs to inform Lara's parents about this so they may be able to help Lara. What is the best way to do this? A. Send summative documentation to the parents at the end of the learning period. B. Wait for standardized assessments and send the parents standardized documentation. C. Use formative communication to inform the parents of Lara's status in math. Or D. Send a casual documentation. Sending a summative documentation to the parents at the end of the learning period, due to the summative nature of providing feedback at the end of a period, doesn't allow parents to assist Lara until it's too late. So this would not be the correct answer choice. Because remember, in the question, they want to know what is the best way to inform Lara's parents about this so that they may help her. For B, wait for standardized assessments and send the parents standardized documentation. Well, this is another form of waiting too late in order for Lara's parents to help. Standardized is also a summative type assessment, so B is not the correct answer. For C, use formative communication to inform the parents of Lara's status in math. Well, as much as possible, she should inform the parents right away. Using formative communication is the best way so that the parents can help Lara while the lessons are still ongoing. So this could be the best answer, but let's look at D, sending a casual documentation. Well, a casual conversation may not relate the importance of Lara getting the help that she needs before a summative assessment unless the teacher formally gives details. Therefore, choice C, using formative communication to inform the parents of Lara's status in math, is the best answer choice. Mara is a new teacher. She knows that she will be teaching a culturally diverse class. What is the first thing that she should do? A, plan for a culturally responsive classroom. B, create a culture of learning. C, get to know her students. Or D, create a plan for classroom management. So within the question, the first thing that we should notice is that they're discussing a culturally diverse class. So we want to keep in mind things that are culturally diverse in nature. For A, planning for a culturally responsive classroom, well, this is definitely a necessary approach. It's just not the first thing that would need to be done in order to plan. So this alone would not be the correct answer. B, create a culture of learning. Establishing a culture of learning is also important, but it's difficult to do this without having knowledge of the students. So this would not be the correct answer either. What about C, get to know her students? This definitely would be the first thing that she would want to do. She should know about her students' cultures and history. She can do this by talking to the students and to the parents. She could also have a meeting with all the parents so everybody will have a chance to meet and share their own cultural ideas. Therefore, this is probably the best answer. But let's look at D. Creating a plan for classroom management. Well, we know that classroom management is an important part of the classroom strategy. This often doesn't take into account any cultural diversiveness, and it wouldn't be the best answer. So C, getting to know her students, would be the best answer for this question. Ms. Harris is teaching her students the English alphabet. Her student May is having a hard time. May is originally from China. She has an idea of the English alphabet from her parents. She finds that her parents' ideas are different from what Ms. Harris is teaching. What should Ms. Harris do? A, she should try to make May do it the same way as she teaches it. B, she should just let May do it herself. C, she should try to talk to May's parents about this. Or D, she should try to understand how May is doing it and just guide her if there are some incorrect ideas. So within the context of the question, we notice that they tell us that May is from China and that English is what she is currently trying to learn. So we want to keep that in mind as we select the best answer choice. So with A, she should try to make May do it the same way as she teaches it. We understand and realize that May is not quite ready for direct immersion and being able to fully comprehend and understand the English language. So this is not an accurate answer. For B, we understand that May has limited English proficiency, so therefore she would not be able to do a whole lot by herself in terms of the English alphabet. So this would not be a good choice. For C, she should try to talk to May's parents about this. Well, chances are that because May's parents are from China and so is May, they may also have very limited English, and so this would not be the best choice. However, for answer choice D, she should try to understand how May is doing it and just guide her if there are some incorrect ideas. This is probably going to be the best choice because this allows May to show what she knows, and it allows the teacher to take her from where she's at to progress her English language learning and her alphabet skills. Therefore, D is the best answer for this question. I hope that you found that video to be helpful. Please be sure to check out more videos on this channel. And remember to like and subscribe. We wouldn't want you to miss out on any more of our interesting and helpful videos. You can also get a lot of help from our website at study.com. And as a member there, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, personalized study plans, and hundreds of practice problems. We want to hear your feedback too, so be sure to let us know about your experience. We're wishing you the best of luck. Best of wishes on your test.